You think Sigma males don't cry? Think again. Sigma males are known for their stoicism, emotional control, and quiet strength. They're the lone wolves, independent, self-sufficient, and often misunderstood. Society sees them as emotionally impenetrable, the ones who shrug off pain and walk through fire without blinking. But here's the truth. Sigma males cry, just not like everyone else. According to psychology, men who suppress emotions too long can face increased stress, anxiety, and even depression. But Sigmas don't suppress, Their tears aren't born from helplessness, but from deep reflection, intense transformation, or overwhelming gratitude. It's not about emotional outbursts, it's about emotional asterisk evolution. When a Sigma cries, it's a rare moment of raw honesty. It may be triggered by a powerful realization, the weight of years of silent endurance, or a deeply spiritual encounter. That tear is not a crack in the armor, it's a release of something sacred. It's a sign that even the strongest need a moment to feel, to reflect, and to grow. And when he rises, he's not weaker, he's sharper, wiser, and more grounded than ever. So if you ever see a Sigma male cry, don't look away. You're witnessing something most never will, a moment of powerful rebirth. Point 1. Why Sigma males hide their emotions. Sigmas don't broadcast their emotions, not because they don't feel deeply, but because they've mastered the art of emotional discipline. In a world addicted to oversharing and external validation, the Sigma's quiet emotional strength stands out. According to psychological research, emotionally intelligent individuals don't suppress their emotions. They process them internally with reflection and depth. That's the Sigma way. They've cried, yes, but not for attention or social media sympathy. Their tears are private, sacred moments of release. It might happen in silence after achieving a long-sought goal, or while alone under the stars contemplating life. These moments are real, raw, and unfiltered, but hidden from the world. Sigmas view emotions as something personal, not something to put on display for likes and comments. This stoic approach isn't about being emotionally unavailable. Quite the opposite, it shows immense emotional intelligence and maturity. By guarding their emotions, Sigmas protect their peace and avoid emotional manipulation. When a Sigma sheds a tear, it's not for drama, it's for healing, growth, and depth. It's a silent revolution of the soul. In a culture where loudness often drowns meaning, the Sigma male reminds us that there is power in quiet strength and truth in what remains unspoken. Point 2. What triggers a Sigma male to cry? Let's be clear, this isn't about sensitivity, it's about depth. Here are the 5 silent triggers that can crack even the toughest Sigma. 1. Betrayal from someone they trusted. Sigmas don't let many people in. So when they do, and that trust is broken, it cuts deep. Not because they're naive, but because they believed in something rare. 2. Seeing someone suffer needlessly. You might not expect this, but Sigmas feel deeply for others, especially the underdogs. Watching someone in pain, knowing they can't fix it, that'll shake them. 3. Their own unhealed childhood. Sigmas often grow up misunderstood. As adults, a memory, a smell, a song can pull them right back to that silent, lonely boy, and that can crack the dam. 4. Failing their own code. Sigmas live by a personal code of honor. If they break it, even once, it can lead to deep internal guilt, the kind that hits in the silence of midnight. 5. Moments of overwhelming beauty or gratitude. Yeah, they'll cry watching a stranger help someone, or after finally achieving something they fought for in silence. That tear isn't pain, it's release. Point 3. Why these tears are powerful, not weak. Let's kill the myth once and for all. Crying isn't weakness, it's data. It's your soul speaking up when words fail. And when a Sigma cries, it's not out of fragility, but because something meaningful has struck a deep chord within. It's not about losing control, it's about accessing a higher level of self-awareness. Modern psychology supports this. Emotional expression, including crying, is a form of emotional intelligence. According to studies, people who allow themselves to process and release emotions are more mentally resilient and better problem solvers. So, when a Sigma sheds a tear, it's not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. The Sigma male remains powerful in his vulnerability. He doesn't cry to seek pity or attention. He cries because he's growing, learning, evolving. That single tear is a mark of transformation, not defeat. Unlike others who get stuck in their feelings, the Sigma uses emotion as fuel to move forward, becoming even stronger, wiser, and more real. True strength isn't about being cold and unshakable. It's about being fully human, capable of feeling deeply and still rising. Every tear is another step toward mastery. And mastery, as every Sigma knows, is earned through pain, reflection, and growth. Point 4. What happens next after a Sigma cries? 1. They rise stronger. Sigmas don't wallow. When the tears dry, they rise with more clarity, more focus, more resolve. 2. They cut deeper connections. They evaluate who's worth their emotional investment. If you saw a Sigma cry and you honored that moment, you're now closer than blood. 3. They create. Tears often precede innovation. After emotional release, many Sigmas go on to create art, businesses, inventions, strategies. That pain, it fuels purpose. 4. They teach themselves a lesson. Crying for a Sigma is never random. There's always a lesson to be harvested, a truth to be integrated, a pattern to be broken. 5. They evolve. It's not just tears, it's transformation. When a Sigma cries, he's shedding not just pain, but a layer of who he no longer is. Point 5. Why people fear seeing a Sigma male cry. People often associate strength with emotional detachment. Society teaches that real men, especially strong, silent types, should never show vulnerability. But when a Sigma male, known for his stoicism and independence, reveals raw emotion, it disrupts those deeply rooted assumptions. It flips the narrative. This phenomenon is supported by, which explains the discomfort people feel when confronted with unexpected emotional expressions. When a Sigma, someone perceived as unshakable, displays pain, compassion, or grief, it doesn't compute. It forces others to confront something uncomfortable. The truth that strength and sensitivity can coexist. That's why it hits so hard. It's not weakness, it's power with depth. And it acts like a mirror, reflecting the parts of others they've been hiding. Their own insecurities, their bottled-up fears, their false definitions of strength. Many people don't know how to respond when power wears vulnerability like a crown. It's too real, too raw, too confronting. But to those who understand it, it's breathtaking, because when a Sigma shows emotion, he's not losing control, he's showing mastery over it. And that kind of authenticity, it doesn't make him weaker, it makes him unforgettable. Point 6. How you should respond when a Sigma male cries. In emotionally charged moments, words often fall short. When someone is vulnerable, especially during tears, our natural instinct is to fix, to speak, to make the discomfort disappear. But here's the truth. The most powerful thing you can do is psychologists call this the ability to be fully present, without judgment or distraction, while someone processes their emotions. It's not about giving advice or offering cliches like "don't cry" or "it'll be okay." It's about honoring the emotion, respecting its weight, and allowing it to exist without interruption. For a Sigma male, who's often stoic and emotionally reserved, crying in front of someone is profoundly significant. It means they've stepped beyond their fortress of self-reliance. They don't cry to seek pity. They cry because something has touched them deeply, and they trust you enough to let you witness it. This level of vulnerability is rare. It shows emotional intelligence, not weakness, and your silent, non-judgmental presence in that moment speaks volumes. You become a safe space in a world full of noise. So don't panic. Don't rush to fix. Just sit with them. Because sometimes, silence is the loudest form of love. Point 7. What this means for you, Sigma. Sigmas, your tears are not signs of weakness. They're signs of clarity, of depth, of growth. Biologically, tears serve a real purpose. Emotional tears actually contain stress hormones and toxins, meaning crying can physically help reduce tension and improve mood. This isn't poetic fluff, it's scientific fact. In a society that tells men to toughen up and suppress their emotions, a Sigma breaks the mold. You don't need permission to feel. You don't need applause for vulnerability. You just need truth, because from truth comes power. Emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize and manage emotions, is proven to be a key factor in personal and professional success. Studies show men who embrace emotional awareness have stronger relationships, better leadership qualities, and deeper self-understanding. So when you cry, it's not a collapse, it's a cleansing. Use those tears as tools, as maps pointing toward healing. Let them sharpen your insight, not dull your masculinity. The world needs more men who lead with both strength and sincerity. Your emotions are part of your wisdom, not a threat to it. You're not less of a man for feeling deeply, you're more of one. Sigmas, if you've made it this far, understand this. Your true strength isn't just in your stoicism, it's in your authenticity. You don't hide your emotions, but you don't let them control you either. You've learned to cry in the dark and rise in the light, showing resilience that others often can't comprehend. This balance of strength and vulnerability is what makes the Sigma truly unique. It's about living authentically, embracing the power that comes with self-awareness and emotional mastery. When you embrace who you truly are, you can rise above external pressures and create your own path. So, like this video, subscribe, and become part of a community of men who aren't afraid to evolve. Men who embrace not only their power but also their peace. Apply Sigma qualities to your life and you'll begin to live intentionally, impactfully, and unapologetically. Having said this,